Okay, these are the Freshtones. I want to ask you guys, first of all, thank you for coming to Songcraft.
Thanks for having me.
I get a lot of influences that I'm hearing in your music. But I want to ask you specifically, when you're at home, what do you listen to? Tough question?
I don't really have like a CD player or like the internet. We have the internet, but like I don't like listen to music a lot. We kind of just make our own stuff and listen to the cars go by on 119.
How about you? Yeah?
Same thing.
So, okay.
A lot of records.
Do you have records or no?
Yeah.
Like,
The radio.
then I guess what's the influence? Really?
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah, ironically enough, it's, yeah.
I'm amazed, you know, because you sound like you're way outside of that, but that's all right too.
Yeah, I mean, I draw from like all different kinds of stuff. Like, I grew up listening to like 90s alternative rock stuff, and then kind of moved into like the 70s, like I started collecting records and stuff, in the 60s and 70s, and then kind of just moved away from everything and stuff, like listening to anything but the radio, because I just turned it on and flip through stations. I don't know. Kind of went through like a little pop phase.
A lot, yeah.
Choosing your own music, just kind of on the radio.
A lot of what happens with musicians and especially songwriters seems that as you develop, you start going back. You ever start listening not just to 70s, 60s, but way back to the 40s, the 30s, the blues.
I'll listen to just about anything. I'll usually listen to something.
Are they merged with some music?
Like in person, because like some people will
For the interviews or something.
turn their station. Like, oh, no, I'll listen to
It'll say Tennessee
I
interview.
don't know. I've got a pretty
Freshtones.
wide variety.
Tennessee
Pretty
League.
accepting of
So
just about
Tennessee Lee is the key.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
if you go on the
Also,
site, you'll see
some of what
Keynote,
makes it to the
Ourkeynotecafe.
radio, you know, the commercial
YouTube,
radio
you'll
today,
come up and you'll see it.
to my ears, it sounds like there's been compromises made. So I hate to hear compromises in music, you know. And when you guys get up, I didn't hear any compromises, despite changing the words of the one song a little bit. But that's for YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
That's a commercial enterprise, I guess. But no, I just hear too many compromises for the market and less originality. And how do you feel about that? You want to...
I think that's kind of what the market's dictating, but I think also there's going to be a big shift in people like staying away from like the mainstream. I think people are kind of sick of having other people tell them what's cool and all that stuff.
Way overdue.
Yeah, it's been happening in the last 10 years where it's just the media has been oversaturating what you're supposed to be thinking. To the point where, not to stray away from music or anything, but you turn on the news and they're asking you like, oh, what do you think about this? And you're like, oh, dude, I turned the news on to learn about stuff, not to like get somebody's Facebook opinion. Like, no thanks.
Yeah. You hear that on the news all the time. Even the way a news commentator says something gives an impression of what they think and what they believe you should think too.
Yeah, I think like, there's going to be a big shift away from like, that kind of whole idea of here's what it's cool, here's what it's like. I think people are going to start realizing like, whoa, I could form my own opinion without that. So I think it's going to start coming back into music where people are going to start doing different things and not like, you know.
I like to hear more music like that. And like I said, what you've done and some of what you've written has that element too. So what first inspires you when you write?
I don't know, it could be just about anything. Sometimes I'll come up with like the riff first, or sometimes I'll come up with like some like lyric in my head, or I don't know, it's just about anything really.
Okay, good.
My favorite thing to do.
You played here at Songcraft once before, hadn't you? But we didn't get you out there on YouTube that time, did we? So this is great that you're getting out there. So I guess there's a little compromise with the lyrics there. How do you feel? Also, I'm talking to Mark there. He has a song that he's going to get up. You got one little cuss word there, you know. Well, you can change it if you want, or not change it. Put it out and see what happens. You know, either way. How do you feel about that kind of I don't know if it's covert censorship or you know, there's certain words that seem like you cannot have them out in the open, and maybe that's the balance of society.
Yeah, well, I think it doesn't really matter because I censor myself a few times, right? But try and challenge yourself and ask yourself, what did I say? It's pretty easy. Like, I mean, they rhyme with like the other things. That's like.
But self-censorship isn't actually that bad. It's a choice, you know. It's a personal development, character development, and maybe that's the purpose behind it all anyway. That people don't want to be, some people don't want to be confronted by what others are going through when they cuss, when they swear. That may be the reason, and on that level, I guess I can understand it.
I guess I just think censorship is just a way to please the people that want things to be censored. Everybody else will either know what it is or they won't even care anyway. So it's just it's a big ruse. Like, that's good. There's a lot of swear words in the music we play. It's rock and roll. So.
A lot of times I'll listen to something and I'll be hearing angry stuff, you know, and I like it. Other times I just don't want to hear it, and I guess that's what it is, too, you know. It's a mood a person could be in, and a choice too. You guys have any kind of CD putting together, or what's the plan with the recording?
We're just kind of working on playing out. We'd like to get recorded somewhere, but I don't know. The funds are kind of a problem. So if you want to send $1 into our message page, email me my PayPal account.
You know, there was a live Keynotecafe CD. There may still be some copies here. And Jill said he may be planning a second one eventually.
Well, we'd love to be on that.
Yeah, you guys would, you know, because I heard you guys play electric in the basement. It was really strong, you know. I'm hearing you do acoustic, you know, unplugged, and it still comes across really well. And a lot of bands can't do that transition as well as you guys do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm going to let you do, you know, or do another song.
Any reason? Just
The Freshtones.
Pleasure.
Okay, you want to hit the video? Hit the